One man's love goes beyond walking distance. And strength, rightfully so.
See, I ain't humped over like them guys out here, the old guys.
At 98 years young, Luther Younger started out from Chilai Avenue and was walking along 390 on Tuesday when
I picked him up.
Dan Bookard had just left the airport.
My upbringing, if you see somebody elderly and stuff like that, or it seems like somebody struggling and it's raining, I had to pick him up. I'm not one of the ones that could just drive by.
A Korean war vet, Luther walks everywhere, according to his family.
My dad's always walked. He says he does it to stay alive.
Luthita Younger says her father now walks a different path.
He's still, nope, I gotta get out there to my wife. I gotta go.
It's a tough situation. And without my wife, I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing without my wife. And it's been a rough pull. It's been tough.
His bride of more than 50 years, Waverly, is paralyzed and has suffered from brain cancer since 2009.
She's the best cup of tea I ever had. And kissed me and said, "Baby, feed me in the bed." I said, "Now this is what I need right here."
He didn't care how he got there. He doesn't care about the expressway. He doesn't care that he could have got hurt.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since Waverly has been in the hospital.
I can't stand to see her up there like that.
And Luther continues to go the extra mile to be by her side.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to hit you with a video. This video right here comes out of Rochester, New York. Big shout out to everybody in New York City. You all know who you are, and I appreciate the person that sent me the emails and started breaking down all the little demographic neighborhoods up there in upstate New York and everything else. He said, "Trey, you don't have to only shout out all the 5 barrels and stuff. You can shout out other places." I know I just shout out those barrels most of the time because if I'm doing a video, most of the stuff taking place in the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Harlem, whatnot. So that's why I mostly shout out those boroughs. But big shout out to everybody in the whole New York region. But anyway, we have a very good story. I love to do these stories. Matter of fact, I love to do all stories, but I really much love to do the ones about real love more than anything. And that's what I felt when I seen this video, and I hope that you all can feel what I'm saying, and also what this elder is saying, also Mr. Luther Younger. And it's strange that he would have a name Younger as his last name, but he's 98 years old and he get around just like he's young. You got guys his age, we got guys younger than him, way younger than him, and can't even get around good. You got people in their 30s and 40s and 50s can barely get around. I might be talking to a couple of them right now. You have people slouched over. You know how like someone walk with their little hump in their back? But this guy is perfectly upright. Now, he's a Korean War veteran. Big shout out to all my veterans out there. My dad was a veteran also. He served in Vietnam for those who want to call it whatever. But anyway, big shout out to all the vets out there, people in the armed forces holding it down, keeping the country safe, and at the same time, looking out for their fellow citizens. Much respect and love to you also. So I must have to congratulate him on that also. But this goes to show you the character of this man, and people might understand, well, why does this man walk to work? Does his family not have money? Or they're poor? You know how people talk, we think. It's natural. We ask that in any case, no matter what color or demographic the person was in. We're like, why would you walk 6 miles if somebody could give you a ride, or if there's a city bus? Because if that's the case, we all will be walking everywhere. But he basically does that to stay in shape. It's a mental thing. You have to understand that. And not saying I'm old, because I'm not old, but the older I get, and some of you all that's, getting on up there a little bit slowly but surely, you can vouch for that. You have to keep your mind intact. You have to keep your mind on track. You have to keep your mind going, because surely as the mind go, what? The body will go also. Like what they said, if you take the head, the body will follow. You feel me? So what I'm saying is this, that I understand him want to walk and not want to really as like be a burden to some people, because I have older people in my family like that also. My grandmother, one of them also, and big shout out to you, Granny, also. But anyway, they don't too much like to call on people. You know what I'm saying? They like to do things on their own. So you might see them at the grocery store, like, how in the hell did you get to the grocery store? Or I asked such and such, or I caught the bus or whatever. Like, I don't want you catching no bus. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to be like a burden to you. But I have to say this. People say, so Trey, in your opinion, what is real love? I can explain that very simply. And if you're not getting this, you need to reassess your situation, your relationship with whoever you're with. Real love is caring about somebody and not wanting anything in return from them. The reward that you get is just seeing that person happy. That is real love. You feel me? Just to see them glow and to see them happy. If you don't have that, go find it. I'm going to read a snippet from this story and I'm going to give my opinion. Surely as we go. The man says, I ain't nothing without my wife. Now, she has brain cancer. She's a very old lady also, of course, because he's 98 also. But basically just trying to hang on. And I understand that because if we all live to be that age and we still have our spouse, trust me, we will be in the same situation. It's just like you spend so many years with somebody. You spend 30, 40, 50, 60 years with somebody. It's like you become one, which you're supposed to. And I'm not trying to be all biblical, but I'm just telling you my perspective. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I can imagine myself spending years with somebody, then that person growing sick, or if I grow sick, hopefully, you know, that won't happen. But sure as you live, sure as you're going to grow old and you're going to get sickly also. But at the same time, imagine you seeing this person, you know what I'm saying? Then you have pictures of you all when you was in your, depends on how long you've been together, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, depending on whenever you met, your 50s, and you done been with this person for however many years, and you start seeing that person's body and their health slowly deteriorate. That would do something to you. But the thing is, you don't let them go. And that's what I respect about this man more than anything, is the fact that he could have just went on and just said the hell with it, or played senile like some of them do. Some of them, you know, if they are, you know, that's a different story. But he could be doing so many other things, you know what I'm saying, that people would make excuses of. But due to the fact that he still has his right frame of mind, and at the same time that he still love his woman and still calls her basically his best cup of tea, and that really right there made me smile also. I'm like, yeah, I know y'all old folks still be trying to get it in and stuff. You might can't do nothing, but you damn sure can touch and look. But anyway, he also says that he walked 6 miles each way to visit his paralyzed wife in the hospital. 6 miles there, 6 miles back. Sometimes he get a ride, sometimes he don't, but he don't care if he do or don't. That's real love right there. And a lot of people won't even do a damn thing for you. A lot of people who you in the house with right now, probably sitting next to, looking at you crazy, ready to click this video off, won't even get up and go in the damn kitchen and get you a glass of water. You say, can I get a glass of water? Shoot, I'm tired of getting a glass of water. But you got people right here walking 6 miles, 12 miles to go see their wife in the hospital and stuff, and still spend time with her and still have enough energy after all that walking to share with her. That right there is very special to me. I just hope you all can understand that, because, you know, I know we see a lot of videos of death and everything else, because that's just as natural as life. If you feel me, you can't have one without the other. But it's good to see people really, you know what I'm saying, show the world what love is and how to love somebody also. Now, Luther Younger, a 98-year-old Korean War veteran, walks about 6 miles each way, rain or shine, to visit his paralyzed wife in the hospital, according to the news. Luther and his wife, Waverly, has been married for over 50 years, kind of like my grandparents was. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing without, he says, I ain't nothing without my wife, Younger told Spectrum News. It's been a rough pull. It's been tough. They both live with me, the couple's daughter, Luthita Younger tells Yahoo Lifestyle. I moved out of their house, moved them in with me, along with her sister Joyce Johnson. The two have been taking care of Waverly and Luther in the same way her mother always took care of her and her siblings, Luthita says. And that's why it's important for you to raise your children in the right way, so when you grow older, they will have enough sense and enough love and self-respect and respect for you to take care of you, because you got so many people who disown their parents, won't do shit for them parents. Parents ain't got an air conditioner, done sweated all summer, done burnt up in them houses all summer. They won't even go over there and put an air conditioner unit or get them hooked up with central air and heat. You know what I'm talking about? Some people still got box fans in their windows and stuff. And if you balling and you living all half the hog and your own mom and dad over here suffering and stuff or whatnot, whether they're together or not, shows a lot about you. But due to the fact that this woman still chose enough to bring her parents within her household and show them basically the same love that they showed her when she was young, shows that they raised a good child. So big shout out to them also, because these stories these days be crazy as hell. Sometimes they move the parents in, the parents kill them. You know the stories Alan did, or they end up killing their damn parents. So it's good to see it's love in this family. Now, according to Luthita, her father has been walking to and from the hospital for a long time. He doesn't have to, but he wants to. I can drive him. He just doesn't want to wait. He's impatient. I know, because my grandmother is the same way, because both of my grandfathers are dead. But both my grandmothers are the same way. They cannot wait on anything. They used to worry the hell out of my granddad and stuff Saturday morning and stuff. I'm like, where y'all going shopping and stuff? You know, like when we was kids and stuff, and they don't come back till the damn evening time. Grandma got all kinds of bags in the damn car. Y'all remember them days? Let's continue. Now, Waverly has suffered from brain cancer since 2009, but Luther fondly remembers their years together. She's the best cup of tea I ever had, the devoted husband told Spectrum News. Now imagine you this age and you still looking at this woman. And that's why I say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You see what I'm saying? What may look good to you may not look good to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just judge that like you can anything else, because it's up to the person. But the fact that he still look at this woman with reverence, with respect and love and admiration shows you that this man really loved this woman. And if we just had more people felt this way, men and women, we wouldn't have none of these videos of couples murdering children or they murdering each other. It wouldn't be none of these videos like the video that is coming out I think Elmont, New York, well, about the guy wife basically asked for a divorce and he killed her. No, this is totally different. But the fact that he still says that she's the best cup of tea I ever had. So Miss Waverly was handling her business with Mr. Younger. Big shout out to them. Now she would come in and kiss me and say, baby, and feed me in the bed. And this is what I need right here. You know, and to a lot of people, it's the simple things. See, it's not the big things. And I used to be one of those persons and stuff, think that it was all about the big things in life. It's not about the big things. Like I don't know if you all ever heard this song called The Little Things. It's on the Dr. Dolittle, I think part 1 or 2 soundtrack. Go listen to that song, The Little Things. I mean, it's the little things in life that count, not the big things. Not everybody able to do big things. Not everybody have the energy or the money, but the little things. It don't cost you nothing to love me. That's free. You know what I'm saying? And basically, that's all you should really want. Everything else is, you know what I'm saying, is an added bonus. But it's the little things in life that count. Just like he said, you know, that she used to come in and kiss him, call him baby, and you know, bring his dinner to bed and stuff. I remember seeing my grandfather and my grandmother like that, and I'll be like, wow, you know, and now I understand it. You feel me? I'm like, why is he eating in bed? You know, why is they kissing? Stuff like that. But at the same time, you become an adult. You should have an understanding, even though a lot of people don't. Let's continue. Now, the whole time she was sick, he would stay overnight in the hospital, his daughter says. He wouldn't leave her side. And that's the way it's supposed to be right there. If you sickly or if you pregnant and a guy won't be there in that hospital with you, or guys, if you sick or you're in the hospital and she's not there with you, chances are she's somewhere showing somebody else some love and affection. But due to the fact that he was there for her and still there for her in his old age and also her old age, shows you that this is real love, and true love never dies. You have never lived until you have learned to love somebody or have been loved yourself. Then you will understand what it really means to be human and to live. That what separates us from everything else on this planet. Also, when asked what her father thinks of all the attention he's receiving, Lutita says, you know, he just wants the best for my mom. And that's a good thing. And they have a GoFundMe page set up to help the family with hospital expenses and the cost of rides to and from the hospital. And I'm going to make sure that I donate. And you know, for those of you all who have extra spare change, if you don't, that's up to you. I'm going to put the link up. You all can go to the GoFundMe page, check it out, and donate, because we should support people like this. And we support everybody else with their causes or whatnot. I mean, even though the woman is not dead, but the fact is that they need help with expenses and stuff, and that's natural. But let's celebrate them and you know, the love they have for each other, since we see so much violence and negativity everywhere else. That's the purpose of this video. So, you know, imagine if you have somebody that you done been with, and you and this person have been through hell together. I'm not talking about fighting each other, you know what I'm saying? And you can add that in there if you want to. That's all part of what we call growing pains. But imagine you done spent your years with somebody and everything, and you start seeing them getting older and older. You know, your mental clock tell you when you're getting older. So you seeing them go from this to that. But at the same time, your love should increase. It should never go down. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't be like the stock market. One day you up and the next day you down. You feel me? You want to just keep going higher and higher until that last day. That's how I'm going to live my life, me and my wife. That's the way it's going to be, because if not, why have you as my wife? Why have you as my helpmate if I cannot love you and give you all of me like I'm supposed to? And that's the problem. People do not want to give you all of them. And if you find somebody who confess that they love you out their mouth, but they will not give all of themselves to you, leave them alone. Just like the song with John Legend, also the song All of Me. It's the reason why he says all of me, because if you leave out 1%, I don't have all of you, because 1% is 90 out of 100% is 99% right. That still is not all of you. All of you is 100%. So let's remember that. Find somebody that will give you all of them, and you will have the best things in the world. You will not have to worry about anything, whether you sickly or whether you get incarcerated or whatever hell you catch on this earth, because we're going to catch hell sure as we live. You know what I'm saying? That's just life, period. But if you have somebody to stand there with you, it's just like having an extra pillar or extra brace, you know what I'm saying? Just something to hold you firm, just to cement you. Because by yourself, sometimes we do get weak and we are sway just like a tree sometimes. But if you have somebody that loves you, they keep you grounded. You see what I'm saying? You won't tend to be unfocused. You know, that's what I see more for as the younger couples and everything else. They just be so unfocused, running here, running there, and fail to realize the most important thing is communication with each other and love and respect for each other in some kind of way. During the course of the life and their process of being together, that falls by the wayside. So if you find somebody that really loves you, and like I said in the beginning, real love is caring about somebody and just the happiness that you see from them. You know, you don't have to receive nothing because you already received it when you see them happy. You know, that is real love because you don't want anything in return other than to make them happy. Let me know what you all think about this video, and if you want to share some of your real love stories, and if you've never been in love yet, don't give up on love. And like that song said, you know, do you believe in love? Yes, love is true. Believe in love. It's the most powerful thing on this earth. It's the reason why we still exist to this day. Because if it wasn't for love, all this hell in the world, you know, it can be over with just like that. But it's a reason for everything. That's up for you to figure out on your journey that we call life. If you like this video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share the video with your people who has good relationship, and those of you who still working on it, because everything is a process. You see what I'm saying? A relationship is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like the Martin Lawrence show. It's not going to be like these other shows that you seen when we was young, the Cosby shows or whatever. You know, you're going to have ups and downs, but the point is you stick together. You fight it out with each other. So when you cross that finish line, you can cross hand in hand together. That's what it's about. I'm out.